SHREWD, BRITANNIA, a comparative analysis. Brain Ape's SHREWD, BRITANNIA stands as a complex, multi-layered work that draws upon a rich tapestry of influences and thematic parallels. It is primarily a dystopian socio-political allegory, using the personal journey of Eric Tunglsson to critique contemporary British and Western society. Brave New World is perhaps the most profound literary influence on SHREWD, BRITANNIA. Its similarities include control through pleasure, distraction, technological manipulation, engineered individuals, identity, suppression of individuality, and comfort over truth. The lyric, art persuasion, changing minds, fun, and the addition of rum directly echo Huxley's vision of societal control achieved through engineered happiness, entertainment, and pervasive distractions rather than overt fear. App inflation, app invasion, aptitude none aligns perfectly with Huxley's concerns about technology leading to a loss of individual capacity and critical thought. The central question, Son of God, born or bred, is a direct parallel to Huxley's genetically engineered and conditioned human beings. It questions the authenticity of identity and purpose in a controlled society. The desire for a sterilized, colonized populace reflects Huxley's homogenized society, where individuality is sacrificed for stability. The recurring theme of succumbing to ease over need and the human race having missed the point while embracing platitude strongly resonates with Huxley's critique of a society that chooses manufactured contentment over uncomfortable truth. While Brave New World often depicts a seemingly stable and universally happy dystopia, SHREWD, BRITANNIA still shows significant quarrels, violence, and a raw sense of shame that hasn't been fully suppressed by pleasure, suggesting a more volatile and perhaps less perfectly controlled system.
In the 19th century, with the invention of the machine, noise was born.
Alongside Huxley, Orwell provides the foundational framework for the album's dystopian critique. Its similarities include deification of the state, overt control and surveillance, manipulation of truth, and breaking social bonds. The powerful declaration, "There is no other God, he is Britannia," directly mirrors the absolute, unquestioning loyalty demanded by Big Brother and the party, where the state functions as the ultimate authority. Act division, stigmatize, killing lies, and the presence of hidden surveillance, hidden from eyes, unseen, resonate with Orwell's themes of political oppression, propaganda, and thought control. Killing lies and the idea that the story repeats, not what was learned, reflect Orwell's warnings about the state controlling historical narratives and truth itself. Kin division is a direct tactic employed by totalitarian regimes, including Orwell's, to prevent organized resistance. SHREWD, BRITANNIA synthesizes both Orwellian fear-based and Huxleyan pleasure-based control, making it broader than 1984's singular focus on overt oppression. As a Bowie concept album, heavily influenced by Orwell's 1984, Diamond Dogs shares a palpable grimness and thematic overlap with SHREWD, BRITANNIA. Similarities include dystopian urban decay, anti-establishment sentiment, central protagonist as an observer and leader, and gritty, aggressive sound. Both depict a crumbling, decaying urban landscape. Hunger City in Diamond Dogs, the overcrowded and torn through London streets in SHREWD, BRITANNIA, under oppressive control. Both albums carry a strong critique of authoritarian systems and the corrupting nature of power. Bowie's Halloween Jack, and later The Thin White Duke, acts as a figure navigating and sometimes participating in this decay, similar to Eric the Lion, who is both a product of and actor within the system. Diamond Dogs marked a shift to a more aggressive, theatrical rock sound for Bowie, which resonates with Brain Ape's scratch rock and punk grunge influences. Diamond Dogs is more overtly post-apocalyptic, and fantastical, with a stronger emphasis on theatricality and character transformation through glam rock. SHREWD BRITANNIA is perhaps more directly grounded in contemporary socio-political critique of an unfolding dystopia. While not a direct artistic influence in the way the musical or literary works are, Peaky Blinders provides a rich contextual backdrop for SHREWD BRITANNIA. Similarities include a shared historical setting, British socio-political issues, a shrewd protagonist, gritty portrayals. The album's specific early 20th century date references, for example 1910, align with the historical period depicted in Peaky Blinders. Both works delve into themes of class struggle, the aftermath of war, crime, ambition, and political maneuvering within the British context. Tommy Shelby's cunning and ruthless ambition directly mirrors the shrewd nature of the album's title and the character of Eric Tunglsson, who wants your money and is driven by ego. Both works share a raw, unromanticized depiction of struggle and power. Peaky Blinders is a historical crime drama rooted in specific historical events, whereas SHREWD BRITANNIA is a conceptual allegory with speculative futuristic elements like AI. Biblical influence is deeply woven into the thematic core of SHREWD BRITANNIA, particularly concerning identity, deification, and morality. The lyric "Son of God, born or bred" is a direct and explicit reference to Jesus Christ's divinity and miraculous birth. By applying it to Eric Tunglsson, the album immediately establishes a messianic archetype for its protagonist, questioning whether his power or significance is inherent divine, born, or manufactured, conditioned, bred by the shrewd forces of society. This challenges the nature of his very existence and purpose within the narrative. The lyric "There is no other God, he is Britannia" is a powerful declaration that mimics the monotheistic phrasing found in Abrahamic religions. For example, "There is no God but Allah," the first commandment. By substituting Britannia for a traditional deity, the album explicitly critiques the deification of the nation-state, the dangers of extreme nationalism becoming a false religion. This is arguably the central ideological conflict of the album. While the lion is a universal archetype of strength and kingship, the lion also holds significant symbolism in the Bible. This adds another layer to Eric's perceived power and potential role. Beyond being a common idiom, the line "losing his religion" gains profound weight when paired with the Son of God and Britannia as God lyrics. It points to a deep spiritual or existential crisis for Eric, potentially losing his faith in the manipulated reality or his own purpose. The "placing lust ahead of soul" lyric highlights a classic moral conflict with strong roots in Judeo-Christian teachings about the struggle between carnal, worldly desires and spiritual, moral integrity. The Greeks and Roman influence is evident in the album's dramatic structure and provides powerful mythological allegories. The very framework of the album divided into 5 acts: Orbis Terrarum, Quarrels, Consequence, Terra Incognita, For Britannia, and Ode Britannica is a direct inheritance from classical Greek and Roman tragedy. This lends a grand, epic, and fated quality to the narrative, suggesting a deliberate unfolding of conflict, climax, and resolution akin to ancient plays. The lyric "The Icarian reach for faith is lost to a phantom wraith" is a direct and explicit reference to the Greek myth of Icarus. The myth of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun due to hubris, perfectly symbolizes themes of overreach and ambition, and consequences of unchecked desire. Eric's struggle with ego and placing lust ahead of soul aligns with Icarus's fatal pride. The reach for faith, or any ambition, being lost to a phantom wraith, and elusive, perhaps non-existent or destructive outcome, directly mirrors Icarus's downfall. This powerful metaphor amplifies Eric's potential tragic trajectory and the album's warning against hubris.
Fight Club's story and message are highly relevant to SHREWD Britannia, particularly in their shared critiques of modern society and their exploration of individual psychological fragmentation. Fight Club primarily attacks rampant consumerism, corporate capitalism, and the emasculating effect of modern life on individual identity and purpose. SHREWD Britannia critiques nationalism, political corruption, the deification of the state, and control exerted through technological saturation, app invasion, psychological manipulation, art persuasion, changing minds, and the suppression of individuality, stigmatize, colonize. Both works powerfully articulate a deep dissatisfaction with contemporary society, viewing it as a system that controls and diminishes the individual. They both explore how modern life can leave people feeling empty, purposeless, and searching for something real or authentic, even if that search leads to destructive paths. In Fight Club, the central narrative twist is the revelation that Tyler Durden is a dissociated personality of the unnamed narrator. This highlights themes of identity fragmentation, suppressed desires, the creation of an ideal or destructive self to cope with a perceived failing reality. In SHREWD Britannia, Eric Tunglsson is presented with an alter ego, and his identity is questioned with the lyric, "Son of God, born or bred." The album explicitly explores Eric's internal battle with giving in to ego and placing lust ahead of soul, implying a struggle with a less authentic, more self-serving aspect of himself. The notion of a mirror showing the real fear he should confront also suggests an internal battle and self-deception. This serves to explore the psychological toll of their respective societal pressures and the search for an authentic self.
In Fight Club, Project Mayhem, under Tyler Durden's influence, becomes an anarchist organization dedicated to dismantling the capitalist system through acts of sabotage and terrorism. In SHREWD Britannia, Eric's journey involves a dismantling of sorts, and the album directly attacks corrupt modern politics and the deified Britannia. While the methods of rebellion might differ in their portrayal, there's a clear rejection of the oppressive power structure. The decline of the SHREWD also suggests a challenge to the existing manipulative forces. Both narratives advocate for a radical rejection of the dominant societal paradigms and explore the consequences, whether psychological or physical, of such a rebellion. In Fight Club, the narrator's initial state of consumerist numbness highlights the dangers of societal complacency. In SHREWD Britannia, lyrics like "The human race has had its fill of all of the above," and the portrayal of a populace standing alone, glued to the phone, scared to even look himself in the face, strongly critique modern apathy and disconnect. Both works serve as a wake-up call.
The only thing that's gonna do.
Conclusion. SHREWD Britannia is a powerful synthesis, predominantly drawing from the dystopian literary tradition of Huxley and Orwell, filtered through the conceptual ambition and musical evolution of artists like Bowie and Gambino. It uses elements of historical British context to ground its abstract critique, creating a unique and deeply relevant commentary on the dangers of unchecked power, manipulation, and collective ego in the modern world. The biblical influence is central to the album's thematic language and the identity crisis of its protagonist and antagonist. It provides the direct phrasing and conceptual framework for the deification of the state and Eric's messianic questioning. The Greek-Roman influence is highly significant in the album's structural design and offers a potent mythological allegory that perfectly encapsulates Eric's ambition and potential downfall. The album shares significant thematic DNA with Fight Club, particularly in its exploration of a fragmented protagonist battling an alter ego, its profound critique of societal control and manipulation, and its anti-establishment sentiment. While Fight Club zeroes in on consumerism and masculinity, SHREWD BRITANNIA expands this critique to nationalism and digital age control.